That is, karmis are not devotees. Karmis are nominally praying to Krishna. They think that there are 33 crore demigods. Krishna is also one of them. So I have to pray to this demigod for this. I have to pray to that demigod for that. I have to pray to Krishna for some other thing. It's like that. They are not like that. They are very clear that Krishna is Supreme Personality of God. Okay. Okay, please read next.
But the pious activities of the person, such as of people, such as performance of Vedic rituals, charity, austerity, penance, and transcendental service, performed with a view to worship you and satisfy you by offering you the fruitive results, are also beneficial. Such acts of religion never go in vain.
Yeah, so even though the pious activities may not be directly devotional service, but they don't go in vain because those activities produce the result which is desired by the actor. The pious actors, they actually desire certain result. So Krishna gives that result to them. Okay, next. He is going to now talk about Brahman effulgence in the next verse, and in the next 2-3 verses he is going to talk about time factor.
Let me offer obeisances unto the Supreme Transcendence, who is eternally distinguished by his internal potency. His indistinguishable impersonal feature is relied by intelligence for self-realization. I offer my obeisances unto him who by his pastime enjoys the creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation.
Yeah. So the Brahman effulgence is also part of it.
So, can I ask you the purport of this?
We are going to come back to the purport so that that time we'll have all the questions from the purport. Yeah, next.
Let me take some.
Okay, somebody read my.
Let me take shelter of the lotus feet of him whose incarnations, qualities, and activities are mysterious imitations of worldly affairs. One who invokes his transcendental names, even unconsciously at the time he quits this life, is certainly washed immediately of the sins of many, many births and attends him without fail.
Yeah, so this is very nature of Bhagavatam. Huh? Suddenly Bhagavatam will bring up the glory of chanting the holy name. At every given chance, Bhagavatam will simply bring up the glory of chanting the holy name. It says that Namani ye asu vigame vivashagrananti. This is very quickly one can attain the Supreme Lord by chanting the holy name. So, because Bhagavatam's purpose is to establish the chanting of the holy name. Like in Bhagavad Gita starts with what? Arjuna's surrender, right? Bhagavad Gita starts with Arjuna's surrender. So where did he surrender? Which verse?
2.7.
2.7. He surrendered. So he asked 2 questions. What question he asked? What question he asked?
What is best for me?
What is best for me? Then what else he asked?
Instruct what are we supposed to do?
Instruct.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is my duty? What is good for me? These things you should know. You should not think so much. You are now in Bhakti Vaibhav. You should know these things because this is the 2 basic question. Anyway, everybody is asking that whole human life is just based on these 2 questions. What is my duty and what is good for me? There is no third question. Nobody can ask a third question. You please understand that human intelligence, limit of human intelligence, you can ask only these 2 questions. What is that? What is my duty? What is good for me? You may ask 100,000 questions. All the 100,000 questions will fall in these 2 categories. What is the one category? What is my duty? What is the second category? What is good for me? And everything you do in life, you only do based on these 2 considerations. Whatever you do in life, you only do based on these 2 considerations. There is no third consideration for acting. Any act you do, you take bath, you go to toilet, you come to Mayapur, you go to Goloka, anything you do, only these 2 considerations. You do it either because it is your duty or you do it because it is good for you. There's no third consideration in your activity.
Good for others?
That is good. Others means you think that
Extension.
either it is extension of your body or it is extension of your consciousness. That's it. Okay. You may think that I should get married with this lady. She is very poor. I can give life to her. But you are also thinking that she will cook for me. She will have sex with me. She will have my children. 100 things you are thinking. Okay. So the point is that any activity we do is just based on these two considerations. What is that? What is my duty? What is
Good for me.
good for? Okay. So these are two questions. You never forget on this. In Bhagavatam there are so many questions. All these questions are simply related to these two questions. That in the beginning sages asked 6 questions, correct?
Yes.
The sages asked 6 questions in the beginning, the first canto of Bhagavatam. That 6 questions are simply expansion of these 2 questions. Okay? Later, now in the third canto, Vidura asked so many questions, correct? He asked hundreds of questions in the 7th chapter. Okay? He asked question after question. All these questions are simply expansion of those 6 questions of the sages. And the 6 questions of the sages are simply expansion of those 2 questions of Arjuna. So ultimately everything boils down to those 2 questions. Okay? So he asked what is my duty and what is good for me. And then what did he do in 2.7? He surrendered.
Surrender.
Correct? And then in 2.9, what did Arjuna say? What did Arjuna say in 2.9? What did he say in 2.9? He said, Govinda, I shall not fight.
Yes.
Nayotsoiti, Govinda. He said, Govinda, I will not fight. So surrender means what? What is the meaning of surrender?
One will do whatever the master says.
Yes.
Surrender means that I surrender to you means I have to do whatever the other person says. But what Arjuna is saying, I am surrendered to you, but I will not
Fine.
fight. You see? He's saying this. He's saying I am surrendered to, I will not fight. Okay? So this is the first level of surrender. What's the first level of surrender? The first level of surrender in Bhagavad Gita is surrender with doubt. Means I have the faith on the authority, okay, but I don't have conviction to do what he says. You understand? I have faith and authority, but I don't have conviction to do what he says. So everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through this stage, surrender with doubt. Then, what is the remedy for this? Pariprashnena seva. The remedy for this is pariprashnena seva. That one should ask humble questions to the authority, and then one should understand that what is the reality. That's what throughout Bhagavad Gita Arjuna does. And in the end, what Krishna is telling Arjuna?
I have told you everything that is not needed to be told. Now you think and
No.
you decide.
Surrender.
Oh, regarding surrender.
Surrender. He is saying surrender. He says Sarvadharman Parityaja
Yeah.
Mamekam
Sharanam.
Sharanam Braja. He says Mamekam Sharanam Braja. But is he stopping there? Sarvadharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Okay, very good, goodbye.
No.
What did he say? That
Oh,
he
that
said
is
before that.
first. Before that.
इधर से भगवत प्रकट गया है उल्टा बोलता है
In the same verse,
in the same verse. Yeah, what did he say? Ahamtam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. What does ma suchaha mean?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. So it is surrender with assurance. Okay? So Bhagavad Gita starts with surrender with doubt and then it ends with surrender with assurance. Is clear? is surrender with assurance. Surrender with doubt and then ends with surrender with assurance. So where does Bhagavatam start? Bhagavatam starts with implicit surrender. So when Parishit is cursed, okay, did Krishna come and tell him Sarvadharman Paritijya, Mamekam Saranam Raja, Aham Tam Sarva Papyabhyo, Mokshayasaya Vasuchaha? Did he tell him?
No.
Did anybody tell him this is Krishna's plan? You should accept it. You should not be worried. Did anybody tell him? Nobody. He by himself understood that this is what Krishna's plan for me. I will just go, I will sit in Ganga and I will just listen to Bhagavatam. Right? So Bhagavatam starts with implicit surrender. Okay? And where does Bhagavatam end? Bhagavatam ends with identifying the object of surrender. Ramasankirtanasya sarvabhava pranashanam pranama dukkha samanas tam namami harim param. So to whom we should surrender? We should surrender to the holy name. This is the purpose of Bhagavatam. Krishna said Sarvadharman Paritijya Mamekam Saranam Praja, but he did not explain what is the process by which it should be done. He simply made a statement and then he vanished. Okay? Bhagavatam establishes that how to surrender, to whom to surrender in Kali Yuga. Mamekam Saranam Praja, where will you find Krishna? How to surrender to Krishna? What to do? Bhagavatam establishes that. Therefore, throughout Bhagavatam you will find constant glorification of the holy name. Throughout Bhagavatam, in every canto, in every pastime, in every description, in every prayer, you will find definitely one glorification of the holy name. Because the purpose of Bhagavatam is to actually identify how to surrender in Kali Yuga. Whom to surrender in Kali Yuga. So one should surrender by the process of Nama Sankirtan. Okay. Tidbit information. This is where Chaitanya Charitamrita starts. Okay. Chaitanya Charitamrita starts at this point of surrender to holy name. And then shows how to do it in Kali Yuga practically. And then attain
Krishna.
Prema. Aslisya vapadratam pinastu vamadarshana anarmatam karotuva yada tada va vidadhatu lampato prananatasya sayeva naparaha. How to do this process in Kali Yuga? How to chant the holy name in Kali Yuga together with devotees? How to deal with devotees? What to do? What not to do? How to eat? How to serve prasadam? How to deal with each other? How to resolve disputes? Everything is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Prema.
Yeah, finally, come to Prema. They chant the holy name together in the assembly of devotees and then raise oneself to Bhagavad Prema. So this is the hierarchy of scripture. That's why sometimes Prabhupada called this as basic study, this Prabhupada called this as higher study, and then Prabhupada called this as PhD. That's why it's called like that. So this is how the scriptures, the subject matter flows. So we find nice glorification of the holy name here. That one who invokes a transcendental name, even unconsciously at the time he quits the life, is certainly washed off many births, sins of many births, and attains him without fail.
So,
Yes.
you told surrender with doubt, no? You're
Yeah.
having faith in the authority but not having conviction in what you do. That means how you have faith in the authority.
Yeah, we know that we have faith in the authority. We think the authority is perfect. But the doubt is whether I can follow the process or not.
Oh.
See, when one comes to ISKCON, at one point he understands chanting the holy name is good. But he has doubt whether I can chant 16 rounds or not daily. Correct?
Yes.
One goes through this phase, no?
Yes.
Will I be able to chant 16 rounds daily? So they take initiation, starts thinking, "Arey, every day I have to chant 16 rounds. Every day I should follow 4 regulative principles. Can I do all these things?" One has doubt. So then he has to ask question, "Arey, I am going to office, I am doing this, I am doing that. How will I chant 16 rounds daily?" Then they explain, "No, I am also going to office. You can chant 16 rounds, no problem. But I don't get anything to eat. How will I follow 4 regulative principles? No, you change your lifestyle, you carry prasad with you." So many different things you have to ask and practically get clarification that how you can follow the process. You have faith in authority, but you have doubt if you can follow the process or not. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Roji, you have some
So
questions?
for
Comment.
example, we can surrender but not believe that we are able to follow all the instructions and receive all the empowerment needed. So if I say, for example, in these 10,000 years of Kali Yuga, we see all over the world Vaishnavism, and they think, oh, nobody is able to do that and not able to do that, but actually it's possible.
It's possible. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now the tree of material existence. Please read.
Your Lordship is the prime root of the tree of the planetary systems. This tree has grown by first penetrating the material nature in 3 trunks. As me, Shiva, and you, the Almighty, for creation, maintenance, and dissolution, and we 3 have grown with many branches. Therefore I offer my obeisances unto you, the tree of...
This tree of cosmic manifestation is explained where in Bhagavad Gita? Where is it explained in Bhagavad Gita? The tree of cosmic manifestation.
15th chapter, Urdhva
Yes. Urdhva Mula Shakam Aswatam Praharabhyam Chandam Sesapandani Astam Veda Savidam. Okay. Next. 17.
People in general all engage in the police act, not in the really beneficial activities initiated directly by you for their guidance. As long as their tendency for the police work remains powerful, all their plans in the struggle for the excellence will be cut to pieces. I therefore offer my obedience unto him who acts as an eternal time.
Yeah, eternal time. So now he is offering obeisance to the Lord as time factor. Okay. And even Brahma is afraid of the time factor. Yasmad vibemyaham apidviprad dadishniyam. Okay, please read.
People in general are all engaged.
No. We came to your Lordship.
So, your Lordship is the prime root of the 3.
No, your Lordship, I offer my respectful obeisances.
18.
Your Lordship, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you who are indefatigable time and the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Although I am situated in an abode which will continue to exist for a time duration of 2 paradas, although I am the leader of all other planets in the universe, and although I have undergone many years of penance for self-realization, still I offer my respects unto you.
So he is saying that he is also afraid of time factor. This is Prartha. We will discuss the detail of Prartha in the in the 11th chapter. What does Prartha mean? Okay, you wanted to ask some question?
No, the purpose that you said.
Oh, perfect. Okay, next.
O my Lord, by your own will you appear in the various species of living entities among animals, lower than human beings, as well as among the demigods, to perform your transcendental pastimes. You are not affected by material contamination. You come just to fulfill the obligations of your own principles of religion. And therefore, O Supreme Personality, I offer my obeisances unto you for manifesting such different forms.
Yeah, so throughout the time factor, the Lord is going to appear as various incarnations. So Brahma is offering his obeisance to all those incarnations. So he offered his obeisance to the time factor, now he is going to, now he is offering to all the uh, incarnations. Okay, next.
My Lord, you accept the pleasure of sleeping in the water of devastation, where there are violent waves, and you enjoy pleasure on the bed of snakes, showing the happiness of your sleep to intelligent persons. At that time, all the universal planets are stationed within your abdomen.
Yeah, this is Mahavishnu, Karnata of Sai Vishnu. He is offering obeisance to him. So he is sleeping, and he is sleeping in the water of devastation, and he is sleeping on a snake bed, and he is making fun of everybody. Why he is making fun of everybody? Because people sleep in ignorance. Okay, and because he sleeps, then Mayavadis say that Vishnu is sleeping, so he is also in ignorance. But how does Vishnu sleep?
He is in full knowledge.
Vishnu sleeps in devastating waters. Can anybody sleep in devastating water? No. And in the devastating water, he is sleeping on whom?
Snake.
He is sleeping on a
Snake bed.
snake. And the snake has how many heads? Innumerable amount of heads it has. First of all, we see one snake with one head. We will run away 10,000 meters. So, first of all, he sleeps on water, which is devastating. When we see water, we get so much afraid, which is devastating water, especially we see devastating water, we get so much afraid. And then in devastating water, he has one huge snake, and he sleeps on that snake. And people think that he is an ordinary person. Oh, I am also sleeping, he is also sleeping. Okay, you sleep on one snake, no water, nothing, just sleep on one snake. Can you do? No, you cannot do. So, this is what Brahma is saying, that showing the happiness of your sleep to intelligent persons. So, intelligent person actually analyzes, oh, Krishna is sleeping like this, nobody can sleep like this. He is sleeping like this, so he cannot be an ordinary person. So, people who are unintelligent, they are simply thinking, what is this? Sometimes people sleep on water bed. There is a bed called water bed. Sleep on water bed. Very rich people do that. They sleep on water bed. Or some people put a bed on the swimming pool and sleep. And then they think they are big people. But Krishna's sleep is different class. Okay, now Mangalarti time. Okay, please read. This is Brahma's Mangalarti. Who is reading? Read.
O object of my worship, I am born from the house of your lotus navel for the purpose of creating the universe by your mercy. All these planets of the universe were stationed within your transcendental abdomen while you were enjoying sleep. Now, your sleep having ended, your eyes are open like blossoming lotuses in the morning.
Yeah, so this is morning time. So this is Mangalarti prayers of Brahma. Brahma is also doing Mangalarti. Not only we, Brahma also has to do Mangalarti. At least we are much better. Every day Brahma forgets who he is. He has to do a lot of, every day he gets up, he forgets who he is. Then he has to do a lot of tapasya to understand, first of all he has to understand who he is, what he is meant to do. Then after that he has to offer Mangalarti. Very difficult life. Brahma's life is not so easy. Okay.
Every day
he forgets.
It's not only starting of creation.
No, every day he forgets. He gets up, he forgets who he is. He goes here and there, and then he says, trying to search where he see. You saw, no? You saw two waking up of Brahma. One waking up of Brahma you previously saw. You will also see one more waking up. You also saw one more waking up of Brahma. In second canto you saw one waking up of Brahma. That time what the Lord said, Ta-pa.
Yeah, that one.
He said Ta-pa. And then the Lord, he heard Ta-pa. And then he did his tapasya. Okay. Now in third canto, no Tapa also. No Tapa also. He simply went down and he got afraid, he came back and he thought better to sit and meditate. Then he started meditating. The Lord simply inspired him from within to meditate. Then he meditated. So you already saw 2 days. Every day he forgets. Okay, next, please read.
Let the Supreme Lord be merciful towards me. He is the one friend and soul of all living entities in the world, and he maintains all for their ultimate happiness. By his six transcendental opulences, may he be merciful towards me, so that I can, as before, be empowered with the introspection to create, for I am also one of the surrendered souls who are dear to the Lord.
So this is his first prayer. What is his first prayer? That he wants to be empowered to create as before. See, this is very interesting. Okay? Why it is very interesting? This creation is such a boring place. There is nothing new here. Okay? The same thing keeps happening again and again. The same thing Brahma creates. The same bodies. The same type of 14 planetary system. Same birth, death, old age and disease. Same problem. Same solution. Sometimes in the material world, people think that they have very unique problem. Sometimes when devotees in problem, they come and tell you, oh, nobody will have problem like me. But this is all not correct. Why? Because in this material world, there is no new problem. There is no new solution. In the material world, everybody is having same problem. Everybody has same solution. Same problem, same solution. There is no new problem. Same issue, husband and wife fighting. You will see next canto, they will fight. Who?
Kashyap.
No. Lord Shiva and Sati.
Yeah.
That's the next.
The best of husband and wife will fight. Same problem. Father-in-law, son-in-law problem. Family problem. Father-son problem.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj. Husband-wife problem. Mother-son problem. Everything is there. It never changes. Never changes. Same problem. There is no new problem in this material world. So if someone thinks that I am facing a unique problem, that is simply due to false ego. He thinks that my problem is unique because that is how the conditioned soul thinks, that I am great, my problem is very unique. Nobody has any unique problem.
Prabhuji, can I add? It's a little off. But when people say I have a problem and we just want to empathize with them.
Yeah,
And they just go on and on because they can't see it, even devotees.
yeah,
Because I do this calls,
yeah.
they just, and they're just to listen.
Correct, yeah.
But it is so difficult to give any solution.
No, you should not give
Not
any
in-
solution
They are
also.
not in the state
You should
of
not tell
mind.
philosophy and not to them.
Yeah.
They will become very angry if you tell philosophy.
So I have to keep just hearing for hours. They will keep.
Yeah.
That's what I do. That's my primary service.
Yeah,
To give a ear.
correct.
But will things change in their life for 20 years? It's the same thing.
No, see, this giving a ear, giving a heart, this is all is good for nice making money. But
No, not money. I'm just doing a volunteer.
no, I'm saying people pay also.
Okay, no, I don't.
Oh, huge amount of money they pay.
Psychic.
You know,
Psychologist, yeah.
huge amount of money they pay. Not psychologist.
Motivation.
Just hearing service. No motivation. Just hearing service. You can pay 500 rupees, 1000 rupees per hour, and you can go sit. You can talk whatever you want to talk. The fellow will hear. You just do that. And if you want him to hold you and pat you, extra money.
Like a well-wisher, he will listen.
If you want him to come and sit near you, hold your hands, pat you, and then remove your tears, it's all extra money. Just sitting alone from far off and then empathic listening is one charge. You want to sit near, hold, pat, and everything to another charge.
That is more misery, for the person.
Yeah,
More
so
money.
this Kali Yuga is crazy. Okay. Kali Yuga is crazy. I went to IIM Bangalore for a presentation on startups. Okay. And one person actually presented this as a startup. What is a startup? Because they were actually doing socially conscious startups. Okay. I went to see that presentation. And the one person is presenting the startup. What is a startup? The startup is that they want to make an app where people can call and just speak for hours, and every hour they will get charged.